DiCaprio 2. Wait. Yeah. DiCaprio 2. Latest record by J.I.D or J.I.D. Dude's on Dreamville Records, you know, the record label with J. Cole on it. Pretty sure everyone just knows Dreamville as the one with J. Cole. Who fucking cares about bars and cars and loot? Like, come on. J.I.D and J. Cole are like the two faces of fucking... Like, okay, so J.I.D released an album last year called The Never Story. I like The Never Story. I thought it was really good. It actually made my year-end list. It was probably one of my highest sevens of last year. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really solid. Yeah, I thought he showed great potential. I think we all kind of, people who heard The Never Story, even if people who weren't really huge on The Never Story, I think we can all agree it was like, okay, J.I.D is like a really good new face in hip-hop. He's got loads of potential. He's really fucking good with the flows and shit. He's really entertaining to listen to as a rapper, as an MC. He's got a lot of skill. But yeah, man, I'm not sure everyone was really fully sold on his creative. Artistically, The Never Story wasn't really reaching to any massively insane heights, but it was a pretty solid rap album. One of the best things, I think, on the Dreamville label, in my opinion, if not the best thing. At least to me. But yeah, anyway, we have DiCaprio 2 now, which is an album. I mean, it's an album because it's on the Dreamville label, but it's got all these, like, it's got, like, the gangster, all the mixtape shoutouts and shit, and, like, the beats kind of sound mixtapey. It doesn't feel like an album at all to me. I don't really get much of an album experience from this thing. It's just sort of a selection of pretty cheap sounding rap songs that all kind of feel pretty self-contained. Like, Jay's not even really much of a supreme lyricist like that either. I think he occasionally might have a funny, witty, quotable here or there. Like, I think he had a pretty funny one, the fucking Mozart ear line on Just the Other Day. And I quite enjoyed on Slick Talk that whole spiel he had where he, like, married the rap game and, like, had sex with the rap game and had loads of kids, and it's, like, they're children of the rap game like him, and he's, like, the father of the rap game, but then, like, he gets divorced with the rap game, and they go on Maury, and it turns out he's not the father, and he flips out and ends up killing the rap game, and that's, like, you know, like a metaphor for, like, the marriage is sort of him kind of conveying how he's killing the rap game. I thought that was kind of cool. The way he delivered it was actually quite confident, but he also had like a sense of anxiousness too, the way he's like, I'm really trying to be mature about it, and he had like there was personality in the way he delivered that whole spiel as well. That was pretty cool. I think he's really charismatic when he wants to be. There are times where I think he does a great job at sort of balancing serious topics with a delivery and a kind of character that's very kind of goofy. Off design. What kind of fucking name? This track is basically about being on drugs or kind of putting down drugs. It's basically about drug abuse, and the Zoinkies, I guess, is referring to drugs. He's talking about, like, you know, putting off the Zans and this and that. There's a one part of the song where he's like, basically just super, like, under the influence of drugs, and he's like, where the fuck are my friends? Like, everyone's turned on him because, you know, of his drug problem and shit like that. And I think sometimes his kind of quirkiness can sort of deflate some of the power or impact of some of the more, I guess, topical themes, like on this track. Like, I kind of wish there were more lines that sort of kind of depicted sort of how terrible, like, drug abuse can get. But I feel like whilst he was going for a message that is very anti-drugs, he didn't really do a good job at sort of, like, you know, expressing the problem. Like, it didn't really seem to go too much deeper than just, hey guys, stop doing drugs. It's bad for you, buddy. Like, I don't know, I wish this song kind of had a little bit more bite to it, given the subject at hand. But, I mean, the instrumental was okay. I did think the kind of, like, gospel vocals that came in kind of felt a bit out of place to me. The 3-track stretch of Westbrook to 151 Rum, those songs are all just, like, kind of braggadocious, sort of, like, banger type tracks. 151 Rum, though, does kind of deal with kind of the danger of living in Atlanta in a few of the bars. Unfortunately, though, none of the lyrics really stuck out to me much, although I did like the final verse on Westbrook. The Ashton Kutcher, who's punking me? Jid the Butcher, who want the beef? Like, I think some of his rhyme schemes and his delivery is really punchy. It can sound really great on the beat, and the beat on Westbrook, it's pretty straightforward and simple. Nothing really too complex at all, really. But it is pretty cold-blooded. It does kind of fit his voice, I think. The hook from A$AP Ferg is a little bit obnoxious. I think he's honestly really bad with hooks. Like, the hook on Just the Other Day is pretty awful. Mounted Up, terrible hook on that one as well. In fact, Mounted Up was awful. That track, that beat is horrible. Fucking hell, that beat is trash. And in general, the beats on this thing across the board are just really weak. Like Hotbox, that beat is the most boring shit ever. Like, it's such a redundant and stale loop. And the verse from Method Man is embarrassing. He fucking started his verse with light a booger up, wedgie in the butt, Yep, we pulling up. When he said, like, she's pushing up her bra, like, cookies looking cushy in a jar. Like, fucking hell. Joey Badass's verse was cool, though. I thought he didn't really have too many, like, stunning lines, but he had a really laid back and relaxed, playful tone that I thought fit the instrumental better than both J.I.D and Method Man did. But ultimately, this song is just such a fucking snoozer. I can say the same for the song Strawberries as well, which that track, BJ the Chicago Kid's hook, is one of the better hooks. I guess it's pretty smooth, although his performance, his tone of voice does feel a little bit forced. But generally, this track isn't too bad. The beat does get a little bit stale to me. It's not like a high point necessarily. The song Working Out, I do like the lyrics on this track, just sort of about how everything's sort of like crumbling, and like no matter how successful he gets, he never really feels content with life, and he's working really hard, but nothing just seems to be working out for him. Like, he puts in so much effort to sort of achieve success, but no matter what, he always feels defeated. And I thought the lyrical idea there was pretty interesting. People saying like, oh man, you're successful, you should, yeah, you gotta flex that money and shit like that. But he can't. He doesn't feel successful. He feels broken. And I think the somber instrumental and his tone of voice reflect that pretty nicely, but there are quite a few things to dislike about the song as well. Like, the singing at the beginning from J.I.D is absolutely horrid, and that skit at the end is the corniest fucking... God, that skit is atrocious. Like, the whole like, oh, J. Cole, he looks like he trying to borrow a charger or something. The song Tiiied with fucking Black was garbage. Fucking Black, dude. He said this is gonna drag on like Spyro or something. Spyro the fucking dragon, dude. I mean, cool. Love Spyro the Dragon, but no. And J.I.D had this whole series of bars about going to the movies, and like she gets mad because she missed the previews, and then she gets on social media. It was so stupid. Like, just fuck off. Oh my god, that song Tiiied is... God, that hook is awful. That fucking beat is bland as hell. Beat on Just the Other Day is the most mixtapey beat on this thing, if that makes sense. I feel like that's a pretty weak critique. It just sounds really cheap and generic, and it's not really all that interesting at all. And Despacito 2, I wish I liked the song more, because the beat isn't terrible to me. I think the beat is kind of cold-blooded. It's kind of, you know, icy. Yeah, I think J.I.D's performance is just really insipid and stale. And yeah, I don't know. Slick Talk, that opening track, I thought the switch up at the beginning was super fucking terribly executed. That fucking Feminem line on Strawberries was cheesy as hell. Like this album, it really shows that J.I.D is a very skilled and talented rapper, but as an artist, he is really not that exciting. I think he has potential in the sense that he can sound fantastic on a good instrumental, but he's not really given instrumentals that really elevate his skill much at all on this thing. And his just artistic vision generally seems to be really flat, surface level, safe. Like, when you listen to the dude rap, he sounds like energetic, exciting, but the result is just so fucking flat on this thing for me. I'm feeling a 5 overall. I'm gonna go right in the middle, 5 out of 10. DiCaprio 2, feeling a 5. Yeah, cool. Those are my thoughts on this new record by J.I.D. Hope you enjoyed the review. I'll see you on the next one.